I wasn't here, I was in the hospital.
For Stacey and her family, Madison, Wisconsin is like a second home.
I sometimes joke and say I have more friends here than I do in Connecticut. I mean, I have a great support system in Connecticut, but coming here, these are people that went through this with me.
What Stacey went through was a life-threatening illness. Her type 1 diabetes was causing her to get sicker by the day, and she needed a transplant.
I got scared at that point because I wasn't sure when the transplant was going to happen. And I knew I needed it because there was nothing else to do at that point. We'd done the dialysis and, just pray that it happened sooner than later.
There was a moment, I remember looking at her and just seeing, gosh, she's really sick. I don't believe she saw it, but I saw it and it shook me.
Stacey opted for a kidney pancreas transplant, but finding the right place for her transplant was a frustrating and confusing journey.
Once we learned that you could do a pancreas at the same time, we went to a place that did them, and they told me you really shouldn't do one. If you can manage the diabetes, don't do a pancreas transplant. Went to another facility that said, oh yes, you should do a pancreas, but this is how we do it. We attach it this way.
It was very confusing for 4 people to navigate the maze. Every center we went to, as hard as it was to listen to everything and go through all the different departments and to really medically understand what was happening, I never got the comfort level that she was in the right place.
There were so many options of what to do that I just was more confused and more discouraged after every place I went to, and not one place stood out to me.
Hi, good to see you.
How are you doing?
Good.
You look well.
UW Health was the 8th place Stacey visited, and she and her family immediately knew they were in the right place.
Every person that came in was just as good and encouraging and positive as the next person. And finally, when you get down to the surgeon, which is the person that really does, the biggest part, I was so comfortable with the facility and with the team that was just like the icing on the cake. It was, all right, this is definitely the place to go to. This has the full package.
Hi.
I was very impressed that all the people here at Wisconsin refer to this program as the transplant family. The University of Wisconsin Transplant, not program, family. And that's the way I felt. I felt that I was going to see family.
Stacey received the gift of life from a donor in September of 2016. Her kidney pancreas transplant has changed her life. She's no longer a diabetic, and she feels great.
I think I feel better than I did, 5 years before transplant right now, not being diabetic and, feeling the energy that I used to have. If I ever had this much energy, I'm not sure.
Last night we walked probably half a mile for dinner. She couldn't walk a half a block 1 year ago.
To see her healthy and to just see her smiling and going out and doing things, I just feel free.
She's the Stacey that I fell in love with and that I got to know, and that lights up a room and is loud and boisterous, and just, she's back.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you been?
Good.
It's so nice to come back here.
How are you?
To see everybody and check in. And I think it's nice too that, their hard work pays off. Look, I'm here a year later and I'm healthy, and thanks to them, I can say that.
Yeah, it was really good because I got to go back.